This boy King Jason. I'm back for to it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you always watch the full video. We're on a 1090J spree today. Let's get it in. Condolences to the people that might have been lost in this video. Mind you, I don't pre-watch the videos, but let's get into it.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090J, man. I'm rocking with y'all, y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Mello Buckzz and her album release party turning into one of Chicago's deadliest recent mass shootings.
3 shooters.
Why would you do it? I mean, mind you, this is probably her hometown or something like that. But like, you know, Chicago is known for too much gang violence, bruh. I wouldn't have did this. I would have been like, nah. I mean, I feel it, or at least, mind you, I've never been to Chicago, so I don't know if they have these type of places here. But I remember I went to a YG album release party, bruh, and it was like in a penthouse, not like a penthouse, but like no, it was like in a building upstairs on a rooftop. You had to go through a lot of stuff to get up there. That's how they should have been.
Pulled up in a black SUV
I
and
don't know.
opened fire as people were leaving an album release party, as many of them were pouring out of this lounge.
Traumatized.
Oh, that's lame, bro.
Shook.
Heard a lot of gunfire, and then and next thing you know is a whole bunch of police officers driving by fast, ambulance, fire and rescue.
Absolute chaos, from people screaming to blood on the streets to people laying on the streets.
July 2nd, 2025. A black car drove up, opening fire on a crowd of people gathered outside the Artist Restaurant and Lounge. This was the near North Side neighborhood of Chicago.
That's sad. People
blocks away
can't do nothing, bro.
This whole area was money, business, and luxury. But as big as Chicago is, it can be too small when it comes to violence. And Chicago has time and time again shown us nowhere is safe. CCTV video would show muzzle flashes coming from a black Honda, and in a matter of seconds, 18 people were shot on the sidewalk.
Damn.
One of the worst mass shootings to hit Chicago in recent years.
That quick,
and this
bruh.
wasn't a random act of violence either. This was 100% targeted. A police investigation would learn 24-year-old Chicago rapper Mello Buckzz was hosting her album release party at the lounge. Detectives are still unsure who the actual target was, as Mello had already left the area when the shooting erupted. A witness observed the suspect vehicle circle the front of the club to see who was there. When they came back around, they opened fire. Handgun and rifle rounds were recovered, and spent shell casings would be found outside and inside the club, meaning there was more than just the shooters in the vehicle. More than likely, someone was firing back. Law enforcement along with EMS tended to the wounded, rushing victims to the hospital. Of the 18 that had been shot, 4 of them were killed. 25-year-old Leon Henry was shot in the head, 23-year-old Devontae Williamson, 26-year-old Taylor Walker, and 27-year-old Aviance King were all shot in the chest. Chicago's Sun-Times would highlight the rapper Mello Buckzz appears to claim an affiliation to NLMB, a faction of both Black P-Stones and Gangsta Disciples. A two-set alliance, No Limit, the P-Stones, are based around 79th and Essex. Muskegon Boys, the GDs, are based around 78th and Muskegon. Both areas located within the South Shore neighborhood on the east side of Chicago. NLMB has become nationally known through the rise of drill with rappers like G Herbo and Lil Bibby. But within the city known as Chirac, NLMB is known for allegedly being behind some of the most ruthless murders in Chicago. NLMB has been suspected of killing 2 brothers years apart. KTS Vaughn would drop a music video that's one of the dark.
Yeah, if you know that you're from a crew, you got to go outside the city. You have to. Like anything that you want to do, it got to be outside of the city. Doing anything inside the city, bruh, you're putting yourself and people at risk. Not to throw blame on her for this, but I'm just saying, like, any upcoming artists, know this: if you have street ties and you're finna do album release party, you finna do like anything that's for your career type of thing outside the city, outside.
His videos,
Got to
Chicago drill history.
3 hours away, even though people still come, but hey,
fuck your dead homie would list multiple members of NLMB who were killed with "get whacked" written at the bottom. And 2 months after the music video dropped, KTS Vaughn got whacked. 5 years later, KTS Dre, the older brother of Vaughn, had just been fitted with an electronic monitor bracelet as he was being released from jail. Exiting the Cook County Jail, he was ambushed and shot 64 fucking times. Back in 2017, 21-year-old rapper Sh0t dropped a song called "Death of 150." NLMB was known to go by 150 Dream Team, and the song was a direct diss.
Somebody told me to react to that. Well, I remember every time I go to my comments, I see that 150. I'm gonna have to react to that, bro.
3 months later, Sh0t was walking up to a car at 9:30 in the morning when 3 shooters walked him down, stood over him, and left holes big enough in his head to see through. They fired a total of 43 times. The images of shooter shells laying on the floor would hit the internet, and because of that picture, this murder is still to this day considered one of the most brutal. So brutal the feds even investigated it, but were unable to arrest anyone. That same year, a 37-year-old member of NLMB was shot and killed. His name was Big Lled. And the very next day, his 19-year-old son, lled, would allegedly commit a quadruple murder to avenge his dad. 5 days after the shooting, lled would be charged with all 4 murders, 2 of his victims being brothers who were visiting their mom at the restaurant she worked at. 4 years later, all charges against lled were dropped due to lack of evidence.
Whoa.
NLMB has a violent, bloody, and deadly reputation. So best believe.
Damn, bruh. Law enforcement, y'all need to do y'all jobs, bro. How a nigga knock down 4 people and beat the case? Damn. If he truly did it. If he truly did it and y'all can prove it, boy, that should look so bad. That should look so bad. If he didn't do it, hey, congrats to you, beat the case. But if not, that, bruh, cases like that should look so bad. Like, what? You got all these crimes going, and then y'all, the ones, like, y'all ain't finding the people that did it, bruh. It's crazy when it's all these cameras, all the sound detecting things, that's connected to the camera, so you know where it came from. You know, like, y'all still don't get nobody, bruh. Nigga ain't wearing the shiesty the whole way. Eventually, you gonna take it off. Eventually, they gonna see the car. You like, bruh, they search miles and miles, blocks and blocks. I be feeling like, again, crime is controlled, meaning all things they let people get away with, cause they're like, hey, you probably you from these streets, you knocking other people from these streets. We don't care about y'all, so y'all knocking down each other. Continue on. Yeah, jail already overcrowded. It's already like 6-7 people in a 4-man cell. So you already know that, like, it's hella bad. They letting people go in jail, people getting right back out. Some people standing there fighting cases that should have been over 3 years ago, but the court doing all the other cases before it.
They have a long list of ops who wouldn't hesitate to kill them. With Mello Buckzz party being publicized, it's more likely that she wasn't the actual target, but any NLMB members in attendance. Come to find out, NLMB doo-wop could be seen on video being carried from the scene as he was one of the shooting victims. Doo-wop is a known associate of both G-Herbo as well as Chief Keef going back.
That's that lean right there, boy.
Mello Buckzz would take to Instagram heartbroken. Not only did she lose her boyfriend, she lost her 2 best friends, all in the same night. Her album release was supposed to be a pure celebration of her success, but instead has turned to a tragedy that will forever. Friends were taking videos of her all night, posting them to Instagram, and Mello can be seen with an armed security guard following her every step. The crowd inside the lounge seems to be primarily women, and the vibes were harmless. They felt safe, everyone cheering as Mello rapped. But the whole time, men inside of a car lurked around the area, waiting to kill whoever came out.
That's crazy.
600 Breezy
bro.
would take to Instagram paying respects to AV, showing support to Mello, and calling out the shooters saying, "Y'all shot all them girls. Bitches for real. Get out the car and get your target. Innocent women and kids, ain't no points." The total number of women shot
That is
isn't
true
known
though,
at
bro.
this
'Cause that's
time,
crazy.
but what is known is 2 were killed, while 4 more were transported to hospitals in critical condition, ranging in ages from 21 to 31, and suffering gunshots to the back, leg, body, and even face.
Ooh.
Sadly, Chicago wouldn't be Chicago without the dissing, and YFG Fatso wasted no time.
That ass, you think this shit a game? Cool.
Most shit happen too though. If you know, you know. After that though, you know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying? Hey, tell that redhead bitch who always following behind no limit. You trolling bitch, that ain't in your hood. But go check on them though, you goofy ass little boy.
I heard a bitch got a free
Yes.
ass shot. Bitch got a free ass shot. Yeah. Doctor for them.
Keep in mind this kid's like 17, but his words have definitely caught everyone's attention.
That shit's
This will
sad,
be a
boy.
case that takes priority for detectives in Chicago, as mass shootings with multiple killings are cases where everyone wants an example to be made. Recklessly firing into a crowd that's majority women isn't honored in any hood, but in all reality, is there anything
YNs.
honorable left in the streets?
Yeah.
Chicago's seen it all for generation after generation, and even with the fire department literally spraying the blood off the concrete, it's guaranteed the bloodshed doesn't end here.
Gonna be right
Now
back.
this is rough, and
That's crazy, bro. Like,
unfortunately this is Chicago. This is the reality of gangbanging. This is the reality of having an affiliation, whether you're a full-blown gang member, whether you're just an associate.
I just, again, bro, like when you really look at it, bro, like niggas are doing all this for a section you don't own, my boy. You do not own nothing on this block. Nothing. Not even a doorknob. Again, the government can come and say, hey, we finna like all this day. I gotta go. You gotta go. You just did all that sliding. Now your whole hood is turned to a park. It's turned to a shopping center. It's turned to a parking lot. What if that happened, bro? What if, like this hood that y'all are doing all this sliding for, all this unaliving people for? What if the government came and knocked down everything and turned it into a junkyard? Every building, everything is gone. It's just everything gone for 50 blocks, and there's this one junkyard in the middle. Now what you gonna do? All that for nothing. That's why I don't see how people are studying just joining in. Like, especially today's time, bro. Like, back then, again, them niggas, when they were starting this, they didn't know no better. They didn't know no better, bro. Like, times was probably hard as hell. It was nothing. Like, they had no internet. How we had the internet, with the internet, we could see, things across the world, different cities and states, people getting wiped out. We could see it. Back then, the niggas didn't know no better, so they thought, hey, what we're doing is nothing. They know that they're. It's like you know better, you do better. They didn't know no better, so they can do no better. Now niggas know better, and still, again, really look at what I just said. You're unaliving massive amount of people for a block you do not own. If the government came and said we're knocking this down, it's gone. It's gone. Now what are you going to do? Where's your hood? It's gone. Like,
see it. Even knowing certain people can cause anything you do to become targeted. I don't believe Mello Buckzz was the target of this shooting, but I think they used her event as a
just
means
do
to
something.
attempt to catch somebody else. And if you saw the video from the scene, it's just crazy that people will pull up.
Nah, but she has ties. She's from somewhere. That's what they came for, probably. I'm not saying this for against the fact because I don't know the situation at all. But I'm just saying, if she's from somewhere, that's why I say like if you have street ties, you not supposed to do things in your city, bro. Like yes, Chicago is probably big as hell, so therefore you should have went to the very end of it. If you're not at the end of it, I don't know. I'm just saying like doing things within your city, bro. It's not it's always something's going to happen, especially when it's an event that that you have to. Especially when you're a rapper, you have to promote it. You're telling all these people, hey, come here, come here, come here. Your ops are looking at that too. They see that.
And fire off into a crowd of majority women with no regard for anybody. But then again, it's like, how can you expect them to have regard for anyone when they're pulling up to kill? You know, it's like, it's just a sad situation all the way around the board.
Bro.
She lost her boyfriend and her two best friends in the same night. A
Crazy,
night that was
dog.
meant to celebrate her success. And people are gonna come out with the conspiracy theories and she sold it, all that stupid shit. It's just tough, and I guarantee you she's gonna have survivor's guilt. And that's why they say things like it's lonely at the top. There's always things that happen that make you look at life differently, make you question if you really want this.
Because that shit gonna for sure make her like it wasn't even worth it.
She's gonna have to push through. That would be the best way for her to honor her boyfriend and her two best friends, is to keep pushing through, keep finding success, and leave that city in the past. But my condolences.
Yeah, condolences to the people that was lost in this video. She more likely gonna have that because think about it, like she gonna start feeling like if she wasn't chasing this career, she didn't reach this pinnacle point in her career, this event wouldn't happen, and then them people would have still been there. Like really think about how most people go to jail and then come out and then get unalive. Like especially like people who like you done 20, 30 years and then you get unalive on the street, or like veterans. You done all that war for different type of different places for 30, 40 years, and then you go to the store and then bam, like damn, bro, like this one bad unnecessary moment, bro. You went all these years with all these other things happening, and then boom. Like when it could have happened way before. That's why I say I like, even when it comes to pistols, like I like pistols, but I don't like pistols because it's crazy how just that easy we can just be gone. Just that easy, bro.